My name is Sarah de Schot and I'm a paint artist. When I was really little, I decided that I didn't like the ending of Fern Gully, so I decided to reanimate my own. So I just made little flip books and stuff. So yeah, not really technology, but always art, always drawing and painting. It's not about the films for me, it's not about the movies, it's not about what I'm working on. I kind of fell into it. I was a runner at Weta Digital for a while, so I couldn't find a job after uni and became a runner and was good at Photoshop and was good at drawing, and they knew that, and so they did a big intake of paint artists and I kind of fell into that. We were an intake of 10 or 15 as a group, and I think it's kind of an unusual way to get in because none of us had any kind of previous experience, and so we all started off together, so we were a solid group who had each other as a network. They were pretty good. There was a pretty solid balance between men and women at the company, but I would say for the first couple of years there wasn't a solid mentor. I think only since I've come here to ILM and I've started working with some of our American colleagues that I kind of bagged myself a mentor. So there's a woman in San Fran whose name's Beth, and when I was doing Rogue One, I happened to go over to see a friend and meet her, and just sat down with her for a coffee and pretty much wrote down every single thing she said and effectively licked her arm and said, "You're mine, I'm going to keep you," and have just been able to sort of collaborate with her and chat with her about how things go and what I should and shouldn't be doing and what I can do. When I was in New Zealand, there was we brought a lot of foreign talent in. New Zealand is quite a small place, and a lot of our strongest artists we imported, and they taught, they worked. I worked with a lot of Americans, quite a few Europeans. Here, a lot of Italians, a lot of Spanish, a couple of Germans. It's incredibly diverse, and I think it makes for a stronger industry. I think different work ethics, different ways of doing things, different understandings, I think it's a beneficial. I think you can only strengthen the industry by having the best from every country be able to move around and to be able to work. If Brexit goes ahead with closing borders to the EU and with people not being able to either come in or be sponsored in, I think it'll make a much weaker film industry. I mean, for myself personally, I'm sponsored if I would have to leave. And it's not something that I want to do, and it's something that has worried me for a while, but I think so. I think it's going to affect people's lives, it's going to affect people's sense of security. If I was German and didn't know whether I could stay in this country or not and was offered a really good role in Germany, even before the borders were closed, I might jump ship with my family for security reasons. I think it'll definitely change things. I think that every single person should start as a runner. I think that there's a lot of humility in it, and it's a good way to get to know the industry and the company and the people, and it's a good idea to kind of figure out what kind of artist you want to be and what kind of artist you don't want to be. So you kind of recognise how things work and the best way to get where you need to go, and you also learn a lot of the background and the politics of the industry as well. So I think it's a really good start.